Hello, and welcome to our presentation. We are Team Refactor. Our members include Joshua Garton, who is currently speaking, Christian Barnes, and Julian Villella. We will be giving you an overview of our Android application Game Jam, created for Professor Tim Miller's Java class at Middle Tennessee State University. I will start by presenting the parts of the project that I was responsible for. When the application is launched, the users are first presented with this game selection screen that I created. From here, they can choose from 4 different games that include Tic-Tac-Toe, Simon, Picture Puzzle, and Speed Tap. The development and functionality of each game will be discussed in detail in later slides. Once the user presses a button on this screen, their chosen game will be immediately launched and ready to play. This is the first of 2 games that I created for this project. It is a traditional tic-tac-toe game in which the players are competing to be the first to place 3 of their marks in a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal row. I provided 2 different ways to play the game. You can either play against another player locally, or you can play against an AI who is a little too good at the game. I programmed this AI using the Minimax algorithm, which is known to be programmatically unbeatable. You either lose or tie every game. In hindsight, this was not a very good idea. The AI resulting from this algorithm is simply too good, and it creates an experience that is not fun for the user. Future development plans for this application include adding various levels of difficulty to this AI. The second game I created for this project is called Simon. You have probably heard of it before because it is based on the popular toy that tests memory skill. A series of tones and lights are played to the user in a sequence, and the user must remember the order they were played in to progress to the next round. The sequence of buttons is random each time, and the length of the sequence is determined by the round number. Future development plans for this game include adding harder difficulties that utilize even more colors. Christian will now present his part of the project.
Hi, I'm Christian Barnes, and I'm going to explain my part of the project. My part of the project was to design the puzzle game, as opposed to the strategy and reaction games that Josh and Julian created. My puzzle allows you to import your own images so that you can create your own custom puzzles. The puzzle size is dynamic and can be changed on the fly, and you have to import an image again to get it to change. To do the puzzle, randomly slide each piece until the puzzle is sufficiently scrambled, and use your wits to solve it, if you can. My plans for the future include an AI to scramble the puzzle for you, an AI to solve the puzzle for you, and sliding animations. Thank you. I will now pass the mic to Julian.
Thank you, Christian, for that charming segue. Anyway, my name is Julian Villella, and I'm here to talk about my portion of the app called Speed Tap. Speed Tap is a fun reaction game made for tabletop play. This particular game, in my opinion, is best enjoyed with company, so for the time being at least, it only comes in multiplayer. And as you can see here, 2 to 4 people can play at once. I considered making a single-player mode with an AI, but I'm not sure if I can design an AI compelling enough to compete with the enjoyability of playing this game with friends. After selecting your player amount, you'll be greeted by one of these 3 screens. This game is meant to be played across from the people you're playing with, which is why some of the words are upside down. Upon pressing start, the game will stall for some amount of time between 2,000 and 6,000 milliseconds. Eventually, that button's going to turn green, which will be accompanied by an alarm sound, at which point everybody playing needs to try and hit their respective buttons before anybody else. If you win, your button will turn green for 1 second, after which the scoreboard on your button will be updated. If, on the other hand, you hit your button too early, it'll turn red and won't be clickable for 2 seconds, which could potentially cost you the round. After all, the game isn't made to reward incessant tapping, but rather good reflexes. Usually, in order to begin a new round, you'd have to press start every time, but if you don't feel like doing that, you can just hit the auto button instead. The auto button is essentially a toggle. It allows for automatic round transitions after the first press of the start button. Every round will begin 1 second after the last one ended, and it'll keep going until you untoggle it or press back. Most of what I want to optimize with this project is aesthetics. I had a lot of fun making it, but I wish it looked a little more professional. And perhaps later down the line I could add some extra game modes, such as a life system, which I think would be pretty fun. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Game Jam. We had a great time making it, and we hope you guys have at least a comparable amount of fun playing it. As we've said, we have plans for optimizing our respective parts of the project and even potentially publishing it, so look out for that. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting through our presentation. We have been Team Refactor. Good night and drive safe.